time for the best coverage of high school football in the Valley. This is the Best Local Sports Show with sports anchor Blake Arthur and the News Channel 3 sports team.
It's over. Palm Desert's 23-game win streak in league play is finally snapped. Palm Springs goes on the road to earn a gutsy win against the Aztecs in their Desert Empire League opener. We got highlights and post-game reaction coming your way. Plus, a battle of unbeaten. Shadow Hills and La Quinta squaring off in their league opener with someone taking their first L of the season. We're not taking an L, it's all W's here for week 7 of high school football on the Best Local Sports Show, and it starts right now.
You're watching the Best Local Sports Show.
You know.
You're watching the Best Local Sports Show. Go Aztecs!
Welcome into the Best Local Sports Show. I am Sports Director Blake Arthur here for week 7 of the high school football season. And what an exciting week with Desert Empire play kicking off. Palm Desert, Palm Springs, La Quinta, Shadow Hills, Rancho, Mirage, Xavier Prep. Those are the 6 teams, but it's been one who's dominated the DEL. Palm Desert, the Aztecs are the reigning champs 4 times over and have a 23-game win streak in league. So PD, still the team to beat, but this year it could happen with what many think is the most balanced, most competitive league we've had in a while. Palm Desert hosting Palm Springs. Aztecs, maybe a sign of things to come, some foreshadowing. They had trouble on their entrance. They're tripping over their own guys. I don't know. It's a sign of things to come. The Indians, they made their entrance known immediately. First half, all Palm Springs. PD just didn't look like themselves at all. Daniel Carter misses Ani Joe wide open on the first play of the game. Same drive. They go for it 4th and short in their own territory, and Joe is stuffed like a mushroom. Indians would get a field goal out of it. Later on, now they got the ball. Javen Kapler, special player for Palm Springs. He's like a mini Kyler Murray out there. I'm Kyler Murray, bro. Finds his man Kieran Michaels for a huge gain. That would set up the Indians in the red zone, but PD defense would step up big. Indians try 2 quarterback sneaks with Kapler and both fail. Tribe come away with no points when they should have got a touchdown, at least a field goal, something, but they get nothing. But you got to credit this Palm Desert defense for the stand. Problem was their offense could not do anything. So Kapler with it again, makes a man miss, making plays similar to what we saw earlier. Kapler to Michaels for the big gain there, potential play of the week. And this time the Tribe, they convert it for the touchdown. Dylan Armendariz gets it, and he's going to fight his way across the goal line. The second effort, that made it 10-0 Indians, and PD, a little bit of panic mode. The vibe, you could just feel it on the sidelines. This team not familiar in these situations, and they were threatening to score before the half, but this summarized that half. A bobble snap by Carter and a huge loss of yardage, taking them out of range for any points at all. Palm Springs shut out PD in the first half, 10-0. Second half, Palm Deserts go to Brady Clemmer at quarterback. I was saying they should have went to Clemmer in the first quarter. Clemmer takes the team down to the field, finally get them on the board. Aztecs right back in the game. It's 10-7, but that was all they would get. This Palm Springs defense, determined all night. They played lights out all game long. Some huge stops when they needed it most. The streak is over. Palm Springs takes down Palm Desert, 10-7 the final, ending the Aztecs' 23-game win streak in league play and giving the Indians a direct path to take back the league crown.
But we got out of this one with a win.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what we set up to do.
Just real proud of our defense. You know, we were struggling offensively. We couldn't move the ball, and defense continued to make stops, forced them to punt. Stopped them on some key 4th downs they went for. We stopped them. You know, we're a young team, but very happy that, you know, when one side of the ball isn't producing, the other side will step up for them. And we learned that tonight. We have to get better offensively up front. But some big key performances by our defensive players.
Beating Palm Desert, that was a hell of a team. 23 games, finally got to them. It was just a great performance, offense and defensive side. We all stepped up, played together.
We got another tough one next week in Rancho Mirage. The thing about this league this year, it's so competitive. Every week is real important, and that's great. You know, that's what you want. We got to get this one behind us, enjoy it for the night. And tomorrow in films, but then it's got to be a solid week of practice. The kids have been practicing well the last 3 or 4 weeks, more business-like at practice instead of goofing around. I thought that would be a problem with a young team, but they've responded well, and they want this.
Wow, what a win for the Indians. And actually, I talked to Coach Murphy at 6 o'clock on Friday in our live shot, and I said, hey, Murph, if you win, you going to shave the beard? He goes, no. So he's keeping the beard. But, hey, he's keeping the win as well. That's a tough loss for the Aztecs, who did not look anything like the PD program we're used to seeing. All right, more Desert Empire League action, a marquee matchup of undefeated teams, Shadow Hills and La Quinta, two teams who were bad in the spring but have turned things around in a hurry. Got to give them credit. Here they are now, both unbeaten and both still with a lot to prove, embracing that kind of underdog, no respect, huge chip on our shoulder role. Knights head coach Alex Escobar getting his guys dialed in, Shadow in the clean, fresh white unis, LQ coming out in the red top, blue pants, and the American flag. Shadow defense going to get them on the board first with a safety. Believe it or not, there was more than one safety in this game. So if you parlayed the two safeties in the Shadow Hills La Quinta game, well, you probably won a lot of money. La Quinta returned the favor with a safety of their own. It was a baseball game. Score is 5-2 at halftime. Second half, a little bit more excitement, though, as Shadow Hills would get it going. A short TD run from their guy, Jesse Montez, for the score. And then Ethan Garcia to Ambrosio Pasillas. Gets it out to his man, Pasillas. Makes a man miss, got a couple blocks, and he's all the way gone to the house. Second half, all Shadow Hills, they break away from the Blackhawks, 26-2 the final. Shadow Hills 6-0 overall, 1-0 in league play. So the Knights looking awfully good this season. All right, we're just getting warmed up here. We have one more game to get to in the Desert Empire League with Rancho, Mirage, and Xavier Prep clashing on Cook Street, or so we at least thought. Plus, it ain't all about the Desert Empire. We got a couple Desert Valley League games, 29 Palms at Indio and Banning at DHS. We'll have both for you after the break. You're watching high school football on the Best Local Sports Show.
You're watching the Best Local Sports Show.
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show. Our coverage of Week 7 rolls on with our final Desert Empire League matchup, or at least what was supposed to be. Rancho Mirage and Xavier Prep had their game postponed Friday night because the lights went out. No lights, no game. News Channel 3's Bailey Arredondo was at this game, and he saw it all happen. He's live in studio now with more on this very bizarre situation. Bailey.
Yeah, Blake, unfortunate turn of events. This game is what we were all waiting on. High stakes, two really good football teams. But when the lights go out, what can you do? Let's get you caught up on the action. Now, as you can see, XP, it was packed. A lot of hype. Homecoming night. Guys were fired up, a little taste of Dockery, getting everyone amped up. But hey, when the lights go out, what can you do? Even turned on some cars to light up the field. Now, student section, excited, hyped up. But what can you do when the lights go out? Now, after much deliberation between both programs, both schools, this game was postponed until Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Here's Xavier head coach James Dockery on a wildly unusual night.
It's scheduled for 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, so we'll be here. Hopefully we won't need lights at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, so we should be good.
I think, honestly, it's pretty cool. I think these kids will remember it forever. It's not ideal. Obviously, we had a great atmosphere out here tonight, so I hope the Saint Nation comes back out here tomorrow. It's unfortunate for both sides, but as long as we give these guys an opportunity to have a winner or a loser, I think that's fair.
What's going to be the XP mindset tomorrow?
Come out here and do what we do, man. We have a tough physical team. We're humble but hungry, and we're just going to come out here tomorrow and execute just like we started off tonight.
You heard it from the man himself. Tomorrow, Saturday morning, 11 a.m., Rattlers will look to make the trip back to Cook Street. Can't say I've seen this one before, but glad this game was not canceled, Blake, but postponed. Not a goodbye, but I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff, but we'll see what happens on Saturday. Bailey, thank you so much. All right, let's dive into the DVL. 29 Palms at Indio. 29 Palms jumped out to a 21-7 lead at the half. They continue to put points on the board. Luke Sadu going to punch it in, 28-7. Wildcats in front, 28-7. Let that sink in, because the Rajas, they'd come back. They broke late like Seabiscuit. They didn't go away. Quarterback Michael Silva finds his target, Esteban Maldonado, over the middle, and Maldonado takes it to the house. Big play and a spark for the boys in blue with those nice red helmets. And Indio gets some help from the defense to do on the carry, but Noe Morales recovers the fumble for the Rajas. Ball back to Indio after the referees kind of sort out that mess. And Silva again commanding the offense. Silva showed a lot of poise in this one, going to connect with his man Tomas Ramirez for the touchdown. Highly competitive game. It went into overtime. Indio down 21-7 at the half. They score 42 points with some help of overtime. They complete the comeback over 29 Palms. 49-48 the final. Wow, what a game and what a win for Indio. Banning and Desert Hot Springs, a pink out for breast cancer awareness at DHS. Love to see that. Really love how football connects the community and raises awareness for other causes. As for the game, Golden Eagles hung tough for most of the game, but this was all Banning as they beat Desert Hot Springs 32-12. Golden Eagles are still winless in the DVL. We got more football left in the program, including a look back at Thursday night action, CV and YV in a DVL showdown on the high desert. Plus, you don't want to miss our plays of the week. See which three have been nominated to be the best of the best. You know what this is? It's the Best Local Sports Show. We're back after the break.
You're watching high school football on the Best Local Sports Show.
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show. Let's go back to Thursday night action in case you missed some of those games. Yucca Valley and Coachella Valley head-to-head on the high desert in a battle of top teams in the DVL. Yucca with their awesome new field. I actually made the trip up there Thursday. It was just a great vibe up there. The Dusky Mountains, the Yucca environment was just really cool. Early on, bad turnover in the red zone by the Trojans. Jeremiah Huey with the interception of the CV defense, keeping Yucca off the board, and the Arabs would take advantage. Hugo Sandoval at quarterback going to find his man Samuel Reyes. Two-point conversion was good, so 8-0 CV in front. The Trojans would get right back, though. The O-line going to push the pile for Austin Dickens. Works his way to the end zone. That tied the game at 8 after a two-point conversion. It was tied at 8 at half, and CV had a great chance to score before the half, but Sandoval would get stopped on 4th down. The Arabs unable to take a lead into halftime, but they would take the lead as far as when the final game ended, as they get the 2015 win. CV 3-0 in league, while Yucca moves to 2-1. Now, aside from CV, Cathedral City is the other top team in the DVL. The Lions were at Desert Mirage Thursday night. They shut out the Rams 45-zip. They should be 6-0 overall, 3-0 in league play, but Cathedral City was forced to forfeit 2 of their wins because of an ineligible player. Head coach Richard Lee told me it was an honest mistake, nothing intentional, and it's unfortunate, but they have to keep playing football. So the Lions, who've not lost a game on the field, are 4-2, 2-1 in league play.